Did you know that in the area of the legendary Bermuda Triangle you can find holes at the bottom? And before watching the video, like this video and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss a new video. The only strange thing is that recently a ship was found here that could belong to aliens. Strange eerie finds are still being discovered in this mysterious place. They are definitely worth seeing with you. In this issue, I will show you the most interesting and unusual finds in the Bermuda Triangle that scared all scientists. Holes at the bottom. As you know, the Bermuda Triangle is located in close proximity to the Bahamas. But why do tourists come here without fear of strange rumors? One only reports that the ocean is alone in the area of the triangle from the cave with strange holes. You might think that I'm going to tell you about creepy monsters. But the explanation for this phenomenon is much simpler. Moreover, it is able to shed light on many of the disasters that have occurred in this region. In the southern part of the famous Bermuda Triangle, where there is a unique area, little explored and full of unsolved mysteries, despite the abundance of tourists coming here. Few people know that the Bahamas are surrounded by vast shallow waters of the Great and Lesser Bahama Shoals, stretching from northwest to southeast for more than 1,300 kilometers. Seawater above the shores is clear, clean sand. The bottom is clearly visible both from aircraft and from ships. This is where the so-called blue holes are located. Huge hole at the bottom. Surprisingly, the researchers studied only 20% of the total number of abysses that reinforce the bottom in this place. Experienced divers love these places, but it's hard to put into words just how dangerous they are. Even one such hole is capable of sucking out thousands of tons of liters of water. Scientists argue that in the event of the formation of strong undercurrents, such holes are quite capable of pulling a ship along with them. However, only antique wooden ships could fall into such a trap. Modern ships are quite capable of resisting such turns without much difficulty. Giant pyramids. Unexplained paranormal phenomena in the waters of the Atlantic Ocean became known in the 60s of the last century. Then American scientists discovered a giant pyramid at the bottom, the dimensions of which were many times larger than the Egyptian structures. The pyramid was a smooth monolith of glass-like material. To the surprise of eyewitnesses, there were no silt shells or algae on the structure. The researchers suggested, referring to photographs taken at the bottom of the ocean, that this amazing object is more than 5 centuries old. The construction technology was not similar to any of the methods known in world practice. There were no seams, no joints, not even scratches on the surface of the monolith. After some time, with the help of modern equipment, another similar structure was discovered. In 2012, Canadian couples exploring the mysterious site reported discovering new pyramids and the ruins of an ancient city buried under centuries of silt while exploring the ocean floor in the area of the triangle. On the walls of stone structures, inscriptions of sculpture and monolithic slabs created by human hands were found. Could it be that the couple accidentally managed to discover the legendary lost Atlantis? Will we ever know where the missing ships in the Bermuda Triangle went? Perhaps some of the mysteries of modern science can still be unraveled. Last year, scientists were able to identify a ship that crashed into the Bermuda Triangle. Almost 100 years ago, divers discovered the wreckage back in the 80s, but only now have they managed to figure out what kind of ship it was. November 29, 1925. The merchant ship Rosia left the port of South Carolina and headed for Cuba. On board the ship bound for Havana was a cargo of coal and a crew of 32. However, the cat has not yet reached its destination. 2 days after the start of the voyage, the crew reported on the radio about the distress, seeing that the ship lay on its side and crashed. However, the rescuers who arrived at the scene found no signs of the crash. A month later, he was added to the list of missing persons. The ship has long been nicknamed the Legend of the Bermuda Triangle. However, scientists claim that the wreckage of the ship was discovered 35 years ago off the coast of Florida. True, no one connected them with the missing cat then. Last year, the researchers again visited this place and made sure that the same ship sank here. Unfortunately, even the captain's diary, found in the 80s, could not reveal all the secrets of the disappearance of the ship, because the last entry in it was made on the day of the disappearance. Alien ship in 2018 Explorer Miklos donation to the bottom of the ocean in the Bermuda Triangle. An unusual object. The find was pure coincidence. In fact, Miklos was looking for the remains of ancient shipwrecks in the Caribbean Sea, filming it on camera. For example, recently Miklos and his team found an anchor from one of the ships of Christopher Columbus. This time, the find was not an ancient ship at all. He's sure that this find is the first evidence of aliens visiting the Earth hundreds or even 1,000 years ago. According to Miklos, at first he thought that our large ship was related to Francis Drake, but in fact he collided with an inexplicably huge structure. He said that the mysterious object was completely covered with cowls from a spare cliff and there were 15 formations sticking out, each the size of a warship cannon. The site is larger than 2 football stadiums and could be up to 5,000 years old. It is not known what exactly Miklos found. Scientists have not been able to explain in detail his discoveries, and Miklos himself did not comment on his find for more than 2 years. Among the natives of the Bahamas, there have long been rumors about a mysterious creature that sometimes appears in shallow waters in the legends of local residents, known for the fact that he was allegedly seen by fishermen, tourists, divers, scuba divers have encountered him more than once. According to rumors, for some this adventure ended tragically. But the trouble is that over the long centuries this creature has acquired such widely spread rumors that it is now almost impossible to describe it. Those who successfully survived the dangerous encounter said that Luciscu's body shape resembled a large turtle weighing about 60 or 70 kilograms. However, its snout is more like a monkey. Her neck is much longer than that of a human. The creature can turn its head 180 degrees. Along with this, there is a completely different description, which states that Luciu is not at all alone to this day. Some locals are convinced that swarms of monsters, each 20 to 60 meters long, with razor-sharp teeth and many octopus-like tentacles, are terrorizing the ocean waters in the region. But even here the rumors are confused with each other. If in the case of Lutz there are many oddities and incomprehensible moments, then in the case of real creatures living in the area of the Bermuda Triangle, they do not exist. See, below you will learn about the unusual glowing villages that you can stumble upon in the Bermuda Triangle, and also about other inhabitants of this mysterious place, luminous sharks. What would you say if, crossing the mysterious tail of the Bermuda Triangle, you saw a glowing fish in the water? Do not rush to draw conclusions. This is not a myth. We are talking about very real deep-sea inhabitants. One such species is the Brazilian glowing shark. The length of these fish is not more than 60 centimeters, although it is very difficult to call them harmless. A characteristic feature of Brazilian glowing sharks is that they can gnaw chunks of meat from prey that are much larger than them. And given that they are also found in the Bermuda Triangle, where people disappear, it is not surprising why strange wounds were considered one of the mysteries of this place and were attributed to an unknown monster. But these fish got their name because their bodies are able to glow. However, this feature is also found in other deep-sea inhabitants. Mutant sharks are living fossils, one of a kind. She is known as a shark, goblin or goblin shark. She, like luminous sharks, usually tries to avoid any light. You can find it at a depth of more than 200 meters. This monster is rare in the fishing net. But even some 100 years ago, these fish became the cause of rumors and about deep-sea mutant monsters. Despite the fact that the species arose about 80 million years ago, information about fish appeared only in 1897. Only after a year of research, scientists were able to compile a scientific description and classify the shark. The goblin shark has an interesting distinguishing feature of the jaw, which is able to move forward and move. When prey swims close to the jaw, the sharks become active to reach out and grab it. Once in the mouth, the victim is met by small and sharp teeth, grinding everything indiscriminately, and the jaw returns to its original position. The mystery of the triangle, the phenomenon of the Bermuda Triangle, remains one of the main mysteries of our planet. Over the years, various versions of unexplained events have been put forward, including abductions by aliens or Atlanteans, or attacks by giant squids moving through holes in time and space, and so on. However, it is very difficult to give an unambiguous answer what exactly is happening in this part of the Atlantic Ocean. As soon as humanity became seriously interested in this topic, oddly enough, the disappearance of ships and aircraft practically stopped. But for lovers of mysticism, this fact is just a new portion of fuel to the fire. Maybe the triangle got its fame by accident? So far this is unknown. Well, write in the comments. Do you think that mystical and paranormal phenomena really occur in the Bermuda Triangle? And also, if you were interested, like, subscribe,